I went to visit my grandmother. Then all of a sudden, I got a post. I didn't even know that it was going on until Robert, friend of the show, I'm sure he's in the comments watching, um, sent me something that Christopher Lambert left Scream 7. I'm like, well, goddamn. I gagged. So I had to do my research. I was online looking up stuff, and I got thoughts. So the Happy Death Day and Freaky director has left Scream 7 after losing two of its stars, Melissa Barrera. Say that 10 times fast. That's like a lot of jaw work. And Jenna Ortega, because you sounded out so many things when you say Melissa Barrera. Like I gotta move a lot of when you pronounce her name. Anyway, so the film became, we already know the story. The film became shrouded in controversy because back in November, Melissa went and was posting a lot of pro-Palestine stuff on social media. Spyglass got irritated. They didn't like what she was saying. They said that she was being anti-Semitic when, if you Google Schmoogle and you look up all her Instagram posts or her Twitter posts, there was nothing that she wrote was anti-Semitic. She was just standing in solidarity with the people of Palestine who are being basically massacred, whole families, generation of families being killed by Israel and their damn bombs. This is what she was saying. It's like, y'all can't just be going around here just blinkily killing people. We're supposed to just stand in line with that. So then Christopher Lambert, took to social media and he posted something like, stop yelling at me. Basically, it was like, everything sucks. Stop yelling. This is not my decision to make, which it wasn't. It was basically letting people know that it was the fault of Spyglass. At the end of the day, Christopher Landon does not make casting decisions. It isn't, well, he could make casting decisions, but he doesn't make the decision on who hired and who's fired. If the powers that be at the top say that so-and-so got to go because they said something that we don't agree with, he's got to go along with that. He does not have complete and utter control. I don't even think that directors of movies have as much control as, like, I think showrunners of shows may have a lot more control than a film director, unless you independent or something or another. But if Spyglass is funding the bill, and yeah, this is his dream job, this is not on him to have the control over what's going on. This is Spyglass and all their foolishness. So people were getting mad at him because I remember I saw like I went on his Twitter the other day because when I was pulling things to put in the article when I wrote it or when I was posting about it, I saw people in the comments bullying him, talking about, you need to speak up and stand in solidarity with Melissa Barrera. That you need to speak up for her. You need to either do this or quit or whatever. I'm like, how you going to tell somebody what they need to be saying, what they need to stand in solidarity for? You don't know, first of all, the conversations that he may have or may not have had with the actors of the show. You don't even know if he even had the opportunity to meet up with Melissa because, first of all, the script wasn't even done. I did hear that one of the screenwriters who was left, because I think they lost one of the other ones, so it was just him. And I think that Christopher Lambert, because he is a writer director, he was going to incorporate some of his stuff. He was going to probably get a writing credit because he's always co-written a lot. I think most, or if not all, of the scripts that he has put out there, the Happy Death Day to You, Freaky, all the horror movies that he's done, Zombie Guide to the Apocalypse. Like, I think that all the films that he's been a part of, he has had some sort of writing on it. And I believe he was going to interject a lot of his writing into the thing, and he was going to be a part of that. So that's probably why them two, I think, we're going to work together. But then with all this stuff coming out, y'all going on social media and bullying him, with death threats, threatening his children who had nothing to do with this. How are y'all threatening children? First of all, I be wanting to fight anybody that said, like, y'all be up in here just wanting to fight. I mean, y'all sending death threats online to children. Like, I be wanting to punch y'all in y'all face when y'all do that. Like, leave the kids alone. Kids ain't got nothing to do with this. They're innocent bystanders in the whole thing. And the same thing with, you know, people who don't have nothing to do with it. But I think because y'all couldn't get to the man that runs Spyglass because they ain't got social media or whatever, y'all felt that, oh, I can get him because he has social media. But he ain't got nothing to do with it. He's just directing a film that's been a dream of his since, who knows, maybe since the first Scream. First one, they got something in common. Scream was written by a gay white man, but let's just say a gay man. Christopher Landon, the race ain't got nothing to do with it. Christopher Landon is a gay man. So there's resonation there. And it's like, you know what? And then with the final girl and all this other stuff, there's a lot of elements in there where you get like those undertones of the LGBT undertones, the queer undertones. And it's relatable, which is why I think out of all the dramas in the world, genres, not dramas, out of all the genres, I think people relate to horror, gay people relate more to the horror genre than anyone because it's all about the outsider, people not fitting in, the final girl being like the virgin, the innocent. Well, everybody else is promiscuous, a drug user, a drug dealer, like all the sins of the word. That's when those are people that get killed off. But then, and then with Kevin Williamson, he changed the rules in regards of horror that you don't have to be a virgin and survive, that a girl can get her back blown out and survive multiple movies. Hello, Sydney. That is actually a website, Hello, Sydney. I think that's like a group chat or something. But anyway, so so that's what kind of angered me was that I feel like the fans, some of you, well, I don't even call y'all fans because real fans, we understand what's going on with this whole situation, and it's unfortunate. And I feel like me as a fan of Scream, I was really looking forward to seeing what Christopher Landon was going to bring to this franchise because of those things that I said, and because he's a fan of horror. And if you watched his films, you can definitely see the Scream influence throughout many of his slasher films that he's done. So I was really looking forward to this, but I really feel like Spyglass fucked everything up. They ruined this franchise, and I don't honestly see them selling it because this is Scream 6 made so much money, not only for them, but out of all the Scream films combined, well, not combined, I should say like every Scream film, the most money that was made was Scream 6. So with that, I just think in their head, they're thinking money, like majority of these studios, but not thinking logically, meaning I don't see the fans supporting this film. I'm even at the point now where I said before, I said, out of curiosity, I might want to go check this out. But now I'm at a point where I'm just like, I don't even care about the franchise anymore. I really feel like we need to just let Scream die by the wayside until the contract runs out. For how long, I don't know how many years the Spyglass has Scream in the works. I don't see any directors wanting to come on board and touching this film because I feel like anybody that comes on board to touch this film, those same people that bullied Christopher Landon out of this film are going to bully them. Where do you stand with Melissa Barrera? Where do you do? That's not even their fault. They're just trying to. At the end of the day, directors are trying to get a job. They're trying to pay their bills. They're trying to get money. But y'all don't see it that way. Y'all want to be caught up in y'all shit because y'all not attached to this the way people are. So I think at this point, y'all just need to let Scream die by the weeds. Can we get a whole new franchise of original horror films out here that we can see in the works? I don't want to see it going to Blumhouse because Blumhouse, in my opinion, has not given us a good horror movie in a while. That Exorcist movie was god awful, and we have two more in the works. Hopefully, we won't be getting it, but I feel like because this last Exorcist movie made a lot of money, those sequels are coming. David Gordon Green needs to step away from doing horror movies. He's already fucked up the Halloween franchise, and Halloween is my franchise. But after what he did with Halloween 2018, he done pissed me off, and I don't trust Blumhouse with that. Plus, they got this pool movie that they got coming out. I don't even know what the hell I was watching in that trailer. I forget the name of it, nor do I even give a damn. But I saw the trailer that Blumhouse got some movie coming out about a pool, of people in the pool, and they getting killed or drowned or something or another. That shit looks stupid. So Blumhouse has not given me a really good horror movie in a long time where I even give a damn about them. So I don't even want the franchise to go to them. Paramount, I mean, Spyglass, I guess, is within the whole Paramount thing. I love Friday 13th. Friday 13th has always been part of Paramount. I don't know. Paramount need to sell that shit too. But quiet as it's kept, Paramount on the verge of merging with somebody else any damn way because they run out of money. So at this point, I don't even know where they need to go. A24, I don't know. A24 barely got a budget for any of their damn movies. So I don't even know if I could even see them going there. So I don't even know at this point what should happen to Scream. I just feel like maybe, like I said before, the rights need to die by the weeds. And whoever is able to revive it and do whatever they need to do with it, and maybe down the road, Christopher Lambert will revisit this, but I doubt it because I feel like PTSD, trauma, whatever, I wouldn't want to touch it either because these fans are fucking toxic. And y'all will literally, in my opinion, um, y'all will ruin a good hand job if the hottest girl or guy in the room gave you one. So I just feel like at this point, we should just move on from that. Let's see what the comments say. Oh, hey, Sailor Mermaid's in the building. Robert says low key Sydney survived because many females state Sydney was assaulted by Billy as he mentally coerced her into doing it. And I feel like, yeah, I said it's just dead now, and it's proved how the fandom I feel like are toxic, and they have ruined this franchise because it's like I would really love to enjoy this film for what it is. And look, we got the previous 6 movies that we could all sit back and rewatch and enjoy. But I just feel like at this point, the way they set up these stories, like the Carpenter story, need to be continued, so we know where they would go with that. The Sydney being, that would have been a great way to bring her back because she has ties to, Tara and Sam's mother, who apparently was hunching Billy while Billy was messing with this girl. So this is what it should have. This is the direction I believe they probably would have gone in had Spyglass not stuck their fucking nose in. But they showed their true colors back the way they treated Nev Campbell when they wouldn't pay her money. She has been the final girl in the franchise throughout majority of the franchise, and y'all felt like, oh, well, we don't need to pay you. We could do good without you. And I'm tired of repeating this, but I feel like it bears repeating. You lucked out with Scream 6 because you already established the core for it in Scream 5. Barely, but you kind of sort of established them in Scream 5. Plus the whole changing of the direction where you move them to New York instead of Woodsboro for the 5 million damn time, except part 3 where they went to LA. But nevertheless, Woodsboro. So you change that up, and then it was just like, so it just got irritating to me how it's just like, okay, so y'all lucked out with that. And then now with this one, y'all feel like, oh, well, we can just get rid of Nev. We don't need her. Oh, well, Jenna Ortega's not coming? Okay, because of Beetlejuice and Wednesday season 2? Okay, so then we'll just make this whole story around Sam Carpenter. But then she says something y'all don't like, so now we don't have her. So we'll get rid of her. Oh, we'll just start from scratch. First of all, you haven't established yourself as a franchise where y'all could just start from scratch every year because you've never changed up your final girls like Friday the 13th has. Every Friday the 13th movie had a different final girl and a different story. Whether you like the stories or not, they change their final girls every movie. Scream never established themselves as that. So how are you going to come in and try to change up a whole narrative? Think, oh, we're just going to start from scratch, and the fans will just come along and watch it because it's a movie. Not all of us. I'm sorry, but I'm all about story and all this other stuff. I'm not just somebody that's going to sit there and watch something because, oh, it's on the TV, and I just be sitting there like a damn zombie, just staring at the TV, looking at videos and pictures and things, moving pictures. Like, ooh, I've never seen that before. No, you got to give me way more than that. And y'all, and Spyglass has not, gained my trust enough for me to even follow in that direction with y'all. So miss me with the bullshit. Okay, he says Spyglass believes being cheap, and that's why Nev Campbell didn't get her worth. They want to pay actors $25K a film, but with the current SAG-AFTRA contract. Look, she should have probably just did something where she get a percentage of the back end or something or another. That's what she did. That's what a lot of the actors was doing, was that they were doing back end deals. So I was like, okay, so you can pay me the $5 million, whatever, but whatever the box office gross is, I wanted 2%, gross pay off the back end. Tom Cruise and a lot of them be doing that. A lot of the big name actors have done that for years and have been able to recoup so much money, so much more money than the upfront pay. Most Friday. I think. Well, yeah. The thing was, I believe that they wanted Alice to come back for part 2. The problem was she asked to be killed off because at the time, I think she had a stalker. So there's that big story that came out that she had a stalker and she retreated away from acting, and so they killed her off. And she also, I believe, she said that she improvised a lot of the dialogue that was in the movie, like when she was on the phone. But I could definitely tell when I was watching that scene, I was like, that scene feels a little improvised. Like that wasn't in the script. You can kind of tell sometimes when people improvise stuff. Because, once upon a time when I was studying acting and stuff, one of the things that I actually loved doing was the improv classes and stuff. So yeah, so that's all I gotta say. I don't know. So you know what? To wrap to wrap this topic up, I'm feeling for this franchise right now. I do feel like we need to start over. Quite as it's kept, I don't even think Spyglass has a really good franchise that they can bank on outside of Scream. I mean, I just saw Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you this: I actually like the movie, but compared to Scream, where let's compare the first script of Scream to the first script of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving ain't got a chance. First of all, that script wasn't even clever enough to even stand next to a Scream. Yeah, the kills was hilarious and over the top, and I definitely liked it, but none of the characters in the movie were likable at all. I didn't like anybody, even the lead. She was okay, but they could have did better to judge her up and make me root for her. But I was just like, okay, it was a cute movie. I enjoyed it. I was entertained, and I did like the killer and stuff. His motive and all that stuff definitely influenced by Scream. But for the most part, I didn't particularly. That to me, that movie is not at the same level as a Scream.